You know, we see them on birthday cakes, we use them to set a mood, but do we ever really think about them? Well, that humble candle is actually one of the most important inventions in human history. So let's uncover the massive impact of this small, steady flame. Just for a second, imagine your day ending the moment the sun went down. No lights, no screens, nothing. For most of human history, that was just reality. Darkness wasn't some minor inconvenience. It was a hard limit on work, on community, on life itself. So how did we even begin to push it back? For our ancestors, sunset was basically a deadline. The world was plunged into this deep, often dangerous darkness that shaped every single aspect of their lives. Just creating safe, reliable light was a constant, daily struggle. Early attempts at light, well, they had some major drawbacks. Open fires, super smoky, and you couldn't exactly carry one around with you. Torches were a fire hazard indoors, dripping pitch everywhere. And oil lamps, while they were a step up, were often messy and just plain inconvenient. And this is where our story's hero finally arrives. The candle wasn't just another light source. It was this elegant, self-contained, and incredibly practical solution to all those earlier problems. It was a true game changer. The real genius of the candle is its simplicity. It cleverly combines the fuel and the wick into a single portable object. The solid fuel, the wax, is its own container. This made light so much more manageable and mobile than it had ever been before. It looks like magic, right? But it's actually this beautiful little physics engine at work. The flame melts the wax, the wick acts like a straw, pulling that liquid fuel up, and then the heat vaporizes that liquid so it can burn. It's this perfect, self-sustaining cycle, all in one neat little package. So compared to a torch, the candle was just a massive leap forward. It was way more portable, so much safer to use inside, and it gave you this steady, controlled light. It was a huge upgrade for everyday life. But here's the thing. Not all candles were created equal. The kind of candle you used said a lot about you. Most people had to use tallow candles, made from cheap, smelly, smoky animal fat. But the rich? Oh, they used clean-burning, sweet-smelling beeswax candles. So your light source was also a status symbol. So this simple object was already a powerful social marker. But the candle did so much more than just light up rooms. It literally transformed society. Its power was both incredibly practical and deeply symbolic. Think about it. The candle literally created more time. An extra hour of light meant a blacksmith could forge one more tool, or a weaver could finish another piece of cloth. Skilled artisans could work longer, people could manage their homes after dark, and, crucially, they could read and write, spreading knowledge like never before. And beyond just being a tool, the light of a candle took on this immense symbolic weight. That single, steady flame came to represent everything from hope and truth to the presence of the divine. So it wasn't just pushing back darkness, it was filling that time with meaning. And that's why candles are still so central to so many of our rituals. Their focused flame creates an atmosphere of intimacy and reverence. It marks a moment as sacred in a way that just flipping on an electric light can't. It's a connection to something ancient. So where does the candle fit in the grand story of human innovation? It wasn't the beginning of our quest for light, and it certainly wasn't the end, but it was an absolutely essential chapter in that story. So after millennia of open fires and early lamps, the candle comes along and dominates for over 2,000 years. It was the crucial bridge technology that lit the world right up until the arrival of gas lamps and, eventually, the light bulb. And that brings us to a really fascinating question. In a world of infinite, effortless electric light, why do we still buy billions of candles every single year? The answer is because they held on to their symbolic power. We don't need them to see anymore, but we still use them for birthdays, for memorials, for romance, for creating a feeling. Every single time you light a candle, you're tapping into one of our oldest instincts, the drive to push back the darkness and create your own little pocket of warmth and safety. It's a direct connection to every ancestor who ever huddled around a flame. And that leaves us with a final thought. The story of the candle shows how a seemingly simple object can have a completely world-altering impact. It makes you wonder, what other everyday inventions are hiding an incredible history right in plain sight?